From the Dynamic Music Room. And today we're going to talk about popular music. Is it good? Is it bad? And where does it belong in our music rooms? So, first let me define popular music for you because my kids always wonder this, and some other teachers have asked me what I'm talking about when I say popular music. So, in like broad terms, I consider it radio music. You flip on the radio and the music's going to be on there. It's, the genres like country, rap, pop, rock, stuff like that. Christian music would be a type of popular music. Basically anything that's not classical. Yes, I know you can turn on the radio and listen to classical music, but that's not what you think when you think of classical music. So I'm talking about, the music that our students listen to most of the time. And that kind of thing. Does it have a place in our classroom? Why not? And well, what's the answer? Let's dig into this. So the arguments against popular music, kids already know it. If the kids already know it, why should we use it? I tell my kids all the time, like, your fifth grade teacher, she's not going to teach you your ABCs. You already know it. Why practice it over and over and over again? It's her job to push your knowledge into new areas. And there's a school of thought that music teachers should focus on guiding students into experiencing new types of music. And that's totally valid. Another point against it, the music isn't good. And you can make an argument for this, definitely. Like, is all the music that's on the radio at any time, is it going to last for forever? Is it going to be as popular in 50 years? No. Most of the music that's on the radio in 50 years, 60, 70, 100 years is not going to be relevant and popular. But I'm giving it away for the next one. But there's some that's going to stick around. So it's not all bad, but it's definitely not all good. Often inappropriate. Now, this is a strong argument against this. A lot of popular music has inappropriate parts to it. Totally true. Even when you have appropriate songs, that artist probably has some inappropriate songs out there too. So are you encouraging them to listen to inappropriate music, even if you pick the right ones? I don't know the exact answer, but you definitely need to be careful to proof each and every song you ever play. My students ask me, hey, can you play this song? And if I don't know it, I'm always like, no, I have to super check it out first. It doesn't lend itself to musical concepts. Now, I could make an argument for or against this one. I think there are some musical concepts that are in popular music, but if we're thinking about specific rhythms and melodic ideas, then, folk songs are usually better at that because they're not simpler in a way, but they definitely have those more isolated. But still, there's a lot for popular music, but this is one against it. Like, you pull it out, what concepts are you really learning? And then finally, it's not your job. Your job as a music teacher is not to teach popular music. There could be an argument made for that. This is what other people say. I said these things to some degrees at some point in my career. But that's evolved over time. We're not looking to make judgments yet. We're looking at the arguments. So here's the arguments for popular music. Number one, kids love it. If the kids love it, let's, harness that energy. It's good to, do things kids love. School's supposed to be fun, or learning should be fun. And then you should also learn at the same time. Number two, relevant to their lives. This is the music of their lives, their culture. I know that I was raised in the 90s and the early 2000s. And even though there's a lot of garbage music from that time, if I hear some of those songs, I go crazy. I love it. And I know that they're not great songs and they're not like super, super meaningful, but there's a part of me that attaches that relevance to my life growing up. And this is the same thing for these kids. So I would definitely be careful about dismissing their popular music, the music they listen to, because, this is attached to their lives so much right now. Point three, it's building relationships with the kids. If you can connect with them on stuff they like, they build a relationship with you. And, the kids only learn when they feel safe and when they can trust you. And this is a good way to do that by, playing some of their popular music, the music that they like. And sort of along with the first one, it increases engagement. I love folk songs. If you ever hear me talk about folk songs, I super geek out on them. But you know, sometimes the kids aren't as engaged with them if you're not engaged with it too. So we are going to increase engagement by using popular music. Good points for all. So what's the answer? Use your professional instincts. This is my answer. You are the professional. You know your kids. What works for your kids won't work for my kids, might or might not to differing degrees. You're the professional. Don't let anybody talk down to you and tell you what to do. If you think that there's some, popular music that would work great for your kids, then use it. Just make sure it's school appropriate. Use your professional instinct. But before you go, I'm going to offer you this idea. So, if you force me to say, is popular music good or bad in the elementary music classroom, I say it depends. And I want you to think about the song pyramid. I put a food pyramid up here. Now, I first heard this idea from Dr. John Feyerabend, who created First Steps in Music and Conversational Solfege. So you've got your food pyramid here. You got your different food groups, and there's some groups you want more than others. All groups are good, but there's groups you want more than others. Like at the bottom, you've got vegetables and fruits and healthy stuff, and you want to eat a lot of this. The more you eat of this, the better. You don't want to ignore the rest, but most of it should be made up of this. And this is, I think, where folk songs and classical music come into place. Are these categories down here for sure, and that kind of thing. But then as you move up the food pyramid, you get like your desserts and your sweets and your sugars and your fats and all the stuff that really tastes good. And you can't live a life without dessert. You need some fats and sugars in your life, but in moderation. And this is, I think, where popular music is. It's up here. You need to be careful because some of it's really bad for you. But if you get some of the healthy fats, some of the good popular music, and you should use your professional instincts to tell what's good and what's not. Healthy fats, healthy and stuff like that, like popular music and stuff. And then it'll be okay. It'll be okay. So let me get back to this one. Oh, did I delete it? I think I deleted that slide. Oh my gosh. Crazy me. So popular music, is it good or bad? That's all right. We were almost done anyway. Popular music, is it good or bad? It depends, but I think it's mostly good. Use your professional instincts. Try to pick the healthy popular music, the good stuff, and, use it to teach, use it to engage them, but also, direct that energy, redirect it into good learning. I'm a big fan of using popular music very specifically in the classroom, sometimes just for fun, but most of the time as a way to reinforce and push knowledge of concepts. I have 2 posts right now. As of now, there'll probably be more going on that I will put in the description below. Solfege to popular songs. Some easy popular songs, solfege. You can reinforce solfege with it. And then, popular songs with steady beat. Some popular songs have good steady beat, and the ones I picked are school appropriate, and they have extra strong steady beats, so it's good for reinforcing those beat patterns. I would encourage you to use popular music intentionally. If you need to use it as a bribe to get your kids to engage more, go for it. Use your professional instincts. But be careful not to use inappropriate ones and not to use it too much. You want to give them a healthy diet of music. But, don't be scared of popular music. If you like the content we put out on this YouTube channel, make sure that you subscribe and you can share. That would be helpful too. And until next time, keep on singing.